As the legend goes, in June of 2004, at the ripe old age of 21, Katsumoto started learning Japanese. Despite the fact that he was a senior in college and was working multiple part-time jobs, by October 2005, he was fluent enough to ace a job interview in Japanese and got hired to work as a software engineer at Sony in Tokyo. The following year, Katsumoto started AllJapaneseAllTheTime.com, a blog that explained how he acquired Japanese so quickly, and how anyone else could do the same. Of course, the whole thing does sound a little bit too good to be true, and there are a few doubtful parts of the story. But I mean, at the end of the day, the AJAT method has helped me and many others actually become fluent in Japanese relatively quickly. I mean, personally, I think that although Katz probably did exaggerate a little bit here and there in order to get people's attention, the majority of the story is probably true. But more importantly, I know firsthand that all the methods that he talks about do truly work. But unfortunately, the story doesn't end there. Sometime around 2008, Katz quit his job at Sony, and around the same time started to sell AJAT-related products on the site. These included things like sentence packs and a quick reference guide. Katz has talked about working as a translator before, so we can assume that he was doing translation work as his main source of income. But then in 2010, Katz created AJAT Plus, a paid forum. This was really when AJAT started making the transition from a free blog to a product. Katz started making a really big deal out of this new flashcard format called MCDs, but he would only give out the details in an ebook that he was selling and on the paid forum. Around this time, it seems that Katz decided to turn AJAT into his main source of income, and created AJAT Silver Spoon, a full language program with guaranteed fluency or your money back. The program costed thousands of dollars, and by looking around the internet, it doesn't look like it helped very many people reach fluency. Eventually, on October 4th, 2014, Katz made his last tweet before completely disappearing from the internet. Nearly all of the philosophy and ideas that make up the AJAT method are not actually Katz's original ideas. The SRS, RTK, and the input hypothesis all existed long before AJAT did, and Katz never tried to hide this. At the bottom of the table of contents, you'll find a long list of books and sites that led to the creation of All Japanese All the Time. What Katz really did was take all of these separate and rather theoretical ideas and combine them into one big practical package. Once Katz had fully explained all of the pieces of this package in a series of blog posts, he created the table of contents, a list of all the important articles to read in chronological order. In my personal opinion, the table of contents is AJAT. Everything you need to know is on there. The secret to learning Japanese is on there. And this table of contents was pretty much already completed by around 2009. So everything created beyond that point was, although it kills me to say it, pretty much just crap that Katz pulled out of his ass because he needed money. Hey, we all need money, right? So you can pretty much just completely ignore all of that ghetto sentence pack and membership shit. All the good stuff is free. So let's talk a little bit more about the table of contents. How do we find the table of contents? Because the AJAT website now revolves around Katz making money, it's actually quite difficult. Okay, all Japanese all the time.com. I'm new. Japanese. This is where you gotta be careful. Make sure you ignore all this and don't enter your name or email or anything. Just click on this carefully hidden, if you're one of them brave and beautiful, blah 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 blah. And then you can ignore all this and just go to table of contents. There's also the optional method of just Googling AJAT table of contents, and it'll be the first one. So here's the table of contents, and guess what? It's really long. Almost as long as like an actual book or something. And as sad as it is, I know that probably scares most of you. And I know what you're thinking. Can't I just watch that interview Katz did with Tikyo Sam? Well, no you can't. That video only scratches the surface of AJAT. The philosophy and methods of All Japanese All the Time are just too big to be explained in a half-an-hour video. If you actually want to succeed in acquiring the Japanese language, you're going to need to have more than just a surface understanding of what to do. You need to actually understand how and why the methods work, or when the going gets tough, you're bound to quit. So there you have it. Even if Katz did kind of sell out and earn himself a bad internet reputation, the good old table of contents is golden. So read it.